Hi, welcome back to Snacks and Cinema. My name is Ashton. Today we're going to be eating some sour cream and cheddar, or cheddar and sour cream Ruffles. And I'm going to be reviewing the movie Pieces of a Woman on Netflix. Let's go. A heartbreaking home birth leaves a woman grappling with the profound emotional fallout, isolated from her partner and family by a chasm of grief. I'm hungry. And I got this new little setup, all right, with this little table. And I'm trying to get my cat has not been on it, but I'm trying to keep her off of it. It's been a task. But let's go. Okay. The only reason I clicked on this movie is because Vanessa Kirby, who plays Aunt Margaret, Princess Margaret on The Crown, was the main character. Then I clicked on it, found out Shia LaBeouf was her husband. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good. So it starts off, Sean works in construction, they're building this bridge. My cat looking at me like she mad. I know, boo-boo, I'm sorry. Anyway, they're building a bridge. It's like a pretty happy couple. Pregnant. About time for them to have a baby. We see some tension between her mother and her sister, and her mother don't like Sean. She buys him a van because they got like a 2-seater truck. She buys him a van for the baby. And next, pretty soon, we see her going into labor. They can't get their regular midwife because she's with another delivery. So in comes Eva, their other midwife. Scenes are very long and drawn out. I love it. It's very slow. They show us like from when the water breaks to her moving from room to room and just in pain. I've never been in labor, but I used to watch a lot of Baby Story growing up. And I also have seen a lot of fake labor on TV. And Vanessa Kirby played the mess out of this scene. It was great. So, they experience minor complications during the labor. She tells them, call 911. She calls 911. They end up delivering a healthy baby. Baby's crying. Midwife Eva is in the mirror like, whew, like I did it. And then she notices the baby crying, has subsided a little bit, or like a little stifled. Turn around, baby turning blue. Luckily, the ambulance already on their way. Sean run out, go get them, come back in. We stuck looking at the ambulance. We learn that they lose the baby. She go back to work super quick. Didn't waste no time. She still got her like diaper on. And yeah. So from this point on, people keep pressuring her to file a civil suit so that they can sue the midwife and get some money. Martha just want to grieve. She's like, I just love my baby. I ain't worried about, she ain't saying this, but basically, I'm not worried about no civil suit. Like, I just lost my baby. She wants to donate her baby to the university for educational purposes and medical science. She go to pick out the tombstone. They done engraved the name Yvette, I-V-E-T-T-E. She's like, my baby name is Yvette with a Y. Then it's a minor detail. She's like, minor detail? She get upset, leave. It triggers Sean to smoke. And the mom was like, hey, don't smoke. You'll relapse. We quickly find out that Sean used to be an addict. And we found that out because Martha goes to the store, picking up apples, smelling them. And she finally chooses one. They get in the car, and Sean's like, I know you worry, Martha, about what they gonna find. He's like, what they gonna find on me? He's like, that we had wine before we had sex, or because I ate sushi, or we're gonna find out about you. He like, what about me? She bringing up his old addiction or old habit. And she like, well, you ain't been clean that long. Here starts the tension between them. He like, I've been sober 6 years, 5 months, and 3 days. Actually, 4 days. And she like, yeah, 4 days. So just minimizing his recovery and his sobriety. They start having some tension. Her mother goes to him like, hey, please get the paperwork so we can file a civil suit. I got my cousin, Suzanne. She's going to help us out. And he like, I'll take the paperwork to her. He took the paperwork to her. He still start having an affair with her. He doing drugs in her office. Hiding his alcohol. And his little canteen. And this is all downhill from there. Long story short, the big blow up comes. Oh, and all through the movie, we see this bridge being built, right? He wants his daughter to be one of the first people to cross the bridge. They lose a baby, so obviously that's not going to happen, but it's showing like month by month progress, and that's how the scenes are cut. And we also see throughout the whole movie, Martha is just constantly eating an apple, collecting the seeds. She gets a book on sprouting, starts saving the seeds, putting them in the refrigerator, neglecting all household duties, dishes piling up, plants dying all over the place, and their marriage is crumbling. Before, at the beginning of the movie, where we see, you know, they have like a nice little relationship. Now, he calling her out her name and just all kind of stuff. Anyway, the big blow up, the mama done made a dinner, invited everybody over. Her 2 daughters, their husbands, and Suzanne, who Sean is having an affair with, but nobody knows it, of course. And Sean don't know that Suzanne gonna be there. But they play it off pretty smoothly, even though throughout the whole scene, Martha looking at them like, I guess she was just thinking like, what is Suzanne doing here? But anyway, big blow up happens where they put pressure on Martha. They say Martha's acting too sensitive, and they put pressure on her to file a civil suit. And they're like, Suzanne can help us. Oh, that's what Suzanne is here for. Like, you so embarrassed and so ashamed of me. And she was like, you would have had your baby here if you would have listened to me. Like, they would just, hit below the belt. Martha leaves. She writes Sean a check. And she like, if you want to go home, here, take this money and go. I don't care what you tell Martha, just leave. Make sure she know you ain't never coming back. Martha take him to the airport. He don't even say bye. It's a mess. Then the trial starts. They drilling Martha like the baby's death is her fault. And of course, Suzanne is trying to make it seem like the death is Eva, the midwife's fault. And then she remembers her sister gave her a roll of film and the earring that wasn't her. That's how she knew Sean was cheating. But she went and go to develop in the middle of the court, in the middle of the trial. She's like, can I have a break? She went to take the roll of film to be developed and sees for the first time the pictures they took immediately after the baby was born. She had forgotten. She'd been so full of grief this whole time. She forgot that brief moment that she had the baby and the baby was okay. And so she sees the picture and she's like, starts bawling and crying. And she remembers like that joy she felt and how everything was okay up until that point, So she went back to the trial. And she's like, can I address the court? My baby would not have wanted this to happen. Like, if I take compensation, that's to say that I can be compensated, and I can't. This death is nobody's fault. And I know my baby would not have wanted me to do this. And then after that, her life, she seems to be free, Kitchen is clean, plants growing again. her little apple seeds are starting to sprout. She's taking jogs. She's gonna take the baby ashes and so I guess she, oh, I didn't even realize that she didn't donate the body. She took the ashes and spread them while standing on the bridge that had been being built this whole time. I don't know if I told that in a way I can understand what happened in the movie, but that's what happened. I really enjoyed it. The symbolism of the bridge being built, of her collecting the apple seeds, it's just little small nuances. I really enjoyed it. Vanessa Kirby, Shia LaBeouf, and all of supporting actors, except for Suzanne. I really liked him. Maybe because he was cheating on her with Suzanne. I don't know. I didn't really like her acting, but movie was phenomenal. Highly suggested. Anyway, this is it. I'm almost out of chips, so I will talk to y'all next time. I watched a few good movies this weekend, so we'll see what I review next. But yeah, stay tuned. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. Go ahead and like, subscribe if you feel led to, and I'm out.